Brandon Anderson, look ahead for week 3.
Yeah, I got one for you. We're going to do the Bengals. And if you read my look ahead column from Friday before the weekend games, I recommended the Bengals then. They were -6. I thought the Bengals would get a nice, big, comfortable win over the Cowboys today and jump on the other side of that key number. Didn't happen. Didn't work out for me. We gave away some value. That doesn't happen much on the look ahead. I'm doubling down. I'm going back to the Bengals. We are now at -4.5. I still think the Bengals ought to be more than a touchdown favorite, just like I expected the number to get to before that. The Cowboys defense was good. We know the thing happens with backup quarterbacks. We come out in the first quarter or two and tend to overperform a little bit. The other team has overlooked you. What happened against the Cowboys was in many ways predictable. I didn't predict it. I'm not taking credit for it, but it is predictable looking back at it. The Jets are not the Cowboys. The Jets are Joe Flacco. The Jets are not good. The Bengals are not necessarily going to be this world-beating Super Bowl trip team, but they're not a terrible team either. This week going in, week 3 is a kitchen sink week. You got a team that is 0-2, and there are only a few. We got a lot of 1-1 teams right now, but the Bengals are 0-2. Like you said, Joe, not common at all for a Super Bowl loser to start 0-2 the next year. If you are 0-2 historically, you put out everything to go make sure you don't fall to 0-3. Here's a couple of quick numbers for you. 0-2 teams that made the playoffs the previous season, not a lot of them, but they are 11-6 against the spread since 2003. So covering by 5.1 there. So that favors the Bengals. Also, 0-2 teams in week 3 that are playing not 0-2 teams are 45, 29, and 1 against the spread since 2010. So that's a 61% cover rate. It's too soon to jump off the Bengals bandwagon. This team has Joe Burrow, they have Jamar Chase, they have T. Higgins, and the Jets don't have guys that can cover those fellas. So the Bengals next week are going to be fine. We'll see about long term. Short term, it's still the Jets. I'll still take the Bengals. I'll double down and grab them again at 4.5.
Say this too, like good for the Jets getting that first win, but they can't stop the run. Now they had to face Lamar Jackson, but that defensive line is banged up. They had some preseason injuries, but could be a big week for Joe Mixon too. Again, the Jets are 1-1. It's a big win for them today. The comeback win, improbable win, but yeah, they might have their way to run the football, and they can patchwork their offensive line. That to me, it's up front that how that game might get decided, and we might find out very soon what the Bengals are made of and if the Jets can hang around.